No, but I will say that just seeing everything that's come out of this event, there's been a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, and I'm usually catatonic at this point. I can, hardly speak after 5 days of no sleep or so. So it's nice to finally get this to kind of a polished place. I hope you guys like all the upgrades from last year to this year and kind of how things have come along. But what kind of, I think, drives me forward is seeing all the people showing up, connecting with one another. And it's like in those darkest moments in the middle of the night, like, oh, this is terrible. I show up, after 1 hour of sleep, and I go, okay, it was all worth it. So and I'd also say just seeing what's built out of this event, each of the projects, seeing the people come together. It's just that's the inspiration that even when it was really hard to keep going on, that kept me going. So yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Love you, dude. All right. Well, now the next thing in the plan of things here is actually more me. But instead of talking about Eat Denver, we're going to talk about my day job. So I'm gonna get this going here, and I'm gonna do a quick costume change. Is that okay? I'm not gonna take off my shirt. You don't want that. Hang on. All right, so hopefully that comes up here shortly. Stop it. It worked, look at that. Okay, so my day job. So I don't actually do this full time. It's a full-time commitment, but I pretty much have 2 jobs. So who's heard of Opolis? Probably a lot of people haven't. So we've been on stage since 2018. This is me in 2018 announcing Opolis as a project. So we have a little saying at Opolis that we play the long game, and I've been talking about the concept of decentralized employment since 2005. I've been through 3 startups on the journey to try to do it, and Opolis is actually finally it. So we're gonna go through just a little bit of our progress here. We had an idea at 2018. In fact, I pitched it to Joe Lubin, and he's like, that's a really smart idea. You need to pull on that. And I've been working on the concept for probably 2 years up to that point, and it took us another 2 years to actually get to product beta launch. So we launched it in 2020, and we've now grown to where we're doing over $50 million a year in payroll. Yes, we have a stable platform. We don't have these weird spikes like you see in crypto, but basically we've grown our community significantly, and we've got a very solid base of folks. Now we are also expanding into Web 2 as a bridge to get people into Web 3. So as part of your payroll, you can take crypto as part of your paycheck. You can do all sorts of things. Our rewards tokens are all based on ERC20. I mean, it's a community token called Work. We did release a white paper on, if people are curious about the concept of Colorado DAOs. We pioneered the idea of the Colorado DAO becoming a digital cooperative. So we use a LCA framework. In fact, my co-author, Hannah, sitting right over here, we just released that. There should have been a QR code right there, but there's not, so we'll just skip it for now. We're also going to announce a partnership today with Braintrust. So Braintrust is essentially a Web3 job board. They also have a lot of clients in Web 2. They have a huge community of independent workers, and we're now in partnership with Braintrust. So thanks to Grady and the team over there. In the fall, we launched a partnership with Freelancers Union for distribution. So if you don't know, Freelancers Union are the world's largest advocacy membership group for independent workers. and they happen to be out of New York City, and we now have a partnership with them. So we're growing our, not just Web3 presence, which we have a whole list of partners like this, but we're now expanding into Web2, and people are adopting a lot of the principles of Web3, self-sovereignty, privacy, data ownership. We're now doing this with employment, so we're giving them the entire package of their ability to own their own portable employment. So the concepts of Web3 exist not just in the technology, but in the framework. So this is why this is a very, very important bridge tool. We have our growth incentives where we do our long-term, short-term, gamified rewards. We're actually now offering for anybody who makes a referral as long as you're a member of the community, which it's really low bar to do that, you make 12 to 15% in revenue share in perpetuity. So you can actually earn cash in the short term, and then you'll also earn the work tokens for making those referrals. And as we grow the community, those distributions get made as each 10% that we grow. We have world-class supporters and investors. I don't know if the Greenfield team made it this morning. I know they were out doing a few things. But we're very grateful to Felix and the crew over there. We've also got support from the Near Foundation, Polygon, Tim Draper's firm, Draper Associates. So there's both Web2 and Web3 appeal to this product because everybody needs to do payroll. So it's kind of a Trojan horse. And we are, if you're interested in talking to me about this, we do have an extension to our investment round from last year that's going to be opening here at ETH Denver. So as I mentioned, the killer app, we talk a lot around the ETH Denver circles around, well, what's going to be the adoption curve? How are we going to get the next, we all talk about, it's the next million, next billion people in crypto. Well, let's get to 200 million or something first before we start talking about a billion, and even that's a lot. So how are we going to get real people to use the tools that we're building with? If you notice, UI, UX, and Web3 is still pretty bad. So I think it's apps like Opolis that are going to be providing the rails for people to take that risk without even knowing they're using Web3 tools. It'll feel a lot like we do when we use HTTPS or TCP/IP. We don't talk about the protocols we use for the internet. Why are we going to talk about the L2 that we're using? We're not going to talk about it. Chain abstraction is becoming a big topic, and you're going to see the re-rise of applications like Opolis that have practical use cases where people can actually adopt these things without even having to be very familiar with the tools. All right, so it's going to be my turn now to introduce my friend and our Colorado leader. Have you seen my slide here, Jared? I don't know if I should. I'm gonna pause. So he did a jingle around the holiday time and got a lot of shit for it online, and I texted him. I'm like, that was awesome. That was so awesome. But I have to say, he tells everybody that Opolis was really just Opolis. And I'm just like, this is my way of saying, nah, not really. But I'll let you think that. So come visit the Opolis QR code. See, there it is. He's got it. You can scan that and you can go check out the Opolis information if you'd like. We've got our booth in downtown, booth 413. Awesome swag, massage chairs, pretty fun. The t-shirts are fantastic. We actually have blue ones like this year. So come check it out. So without further ado, I'm going to pass the microphone to our next guest. Governor Jared Polis is a big supporter of our community. Justin, do you have a support, please? So one inductee that I didn't mention in the Bluff Club is Governor Polis. So he has been a stalwart supporter of ETH Denver and the blockchain innovation community here in Colorado. He's a pragmatist when it comes to technologies and innovation and understanding the power of that economic engine. So we're very grateful to him for that. So Governor, please accept your golden spork. It's numbered. And it's on the end on the down here.
How much can I get for it on eBay?
Well, it's NFT as well. So yeah. So probably a lot. There's only 300. Very scarce. But that'll be very sad.
I will treasure it. I might use it to eat, actually.
It should be now.